Hello, Molly. How are you doing?
Hi, Esmail. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. I will start with you that first question. So, how many languages do you speak?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all. I speak four languages. So my native language is English, and then my first language I learned was Spanish, then Italian, and then Portuguese.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And when did you start to learn those languages?
So I started Spanish about 20 years ago. So
Oh,
in a long time ago.
yeah, it is.
Like in England in primary school from around the age of, I want to say like 7 years old, you start to learn languages, and it depends on the school you grow up in what language you speak. So it could be Spanish, French, or German. Mine
Mhm.
was Spanish, and then it's been speaking it ever since. And then 5 years ago, I was living in Spain, and I decided to learn Italian for a new challenge. And then this year, I started to learn Portuguese, but the Brazilian, not the Brazilian like version or the Brazilian language. Yeah.
Is there any similarity between those languages that helped you to to learn them easily?
Definitely. So Spanish and Italian are very similar. Like the words, especially the way the phrases and the verbs are formed, it's very similar. So it's quite easy to remember it quite quickly. And accent as well tends to be quite similar. And I thought I would try Portuguese because I thought it would be similar, like Latin
Hmm.
sort of languages. And parts of it is that the way the words are formed and the sentences are similar, but the words are different, but also the pronunciation, which really surprised me, is different. And it threw me a little bit. And I was like, oh no. But I think it's such a beautiful language and I like a challenge. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, I know one of my Italian friends, she said that well, while she was learning English,
Yeah.
if she got, for example, 10 new vocabulary, just she wanna memorize three because like
Yeah.
she has like seven already similar in Italian with different pronunciation.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Hmm.
It's so similar. And I've met a couple when I was in, where was I? I think I was in, I was somewhere, and I met an Italian, and my Italian wasn't like the best at that moment. So he knew I spoke Spanish, and he didn't know a lot, but we could have a conversation because it was so similar. So it was
Hmm.
really funny to do that. But yeah, they're great languages, so pretty. Yeah.
Didn't you get them mixed up?
Yeah.
Um, really?
Sometimes,
So,
even with English, if I like forget a word, I'm like, I've forgotten the words, but I know it in Spanish. But it's
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll speak like half sentences in English and half like a quarter in Spanish and a quarter in Italian. Like it all gets mixed up, and
Hmm.
it's so funny. I find it hilarious. I'm like, why do I not know it? Like why?
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Yeah,
random
yeah.
lines as well. I always forget, but I know in other languages. I'm like, what? It's so random, but it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. What motivates you to learn those languages?
So I first started because of my granddad. He was a brilliant man, extremely clever. He lived in Egypt, so he spoke Arabic.
Wow,
Yeah,
my
it was.
country. Yeah.
I know. I really wanted to visit one day because of him, and he also lived in Hong Kong, so I wanted to visit there. My mum lived there, and then so he spoke Arabic, Spanish, and a few others, I'm sure. And he just, even just generally, because he was such a brilliant man, he motivated me to do not better, but just be the best I can be. And he was always learning. So like he was very good at coding, especially for radios. And he every day I would see him code in his room. And that's probably the reason that is the reason why I still learn languages every day. And when I was younger, I was very shy and I wasn't good at much. And Spanish really gave me the confidence because I enjoyed it and I was good. And my granddad would always speak to me in Spanish. So definitely he is the main reason. And even now, my nan's like, he'd be very proud of you. I'm like, I
Wow.
know.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Granddad. Yeah, and then I think because I enjoyed it and it gave me a new personality and gave me confidence, that helped me. Then when I actually travelled and met people and had so many incredible experiences, learned new cultures, met new people, that pushed me more to be better at languages and to learn new languages. So mixture of my granddad and traveling and meeting people. It just like even going to Spain like a week ago, I'm like, right, you've got to work harder. Let's continue with Portuguese. Let's go for it and learn more. It's super strange. Give me a right shove.
Yeah. I feel that. I think you are so lucky that you have like a close family member who helped you to learn those languages, because we
Yeah.
always miss the role model. We always miss someone who can motivate us.
Yeah.
Maybe you can start to learn like lately,
Yeah.
like after your graduation, or maybe you get impacted from someone in social media or from your friends. But to
Yeah.
have someone since you are little, so it's really amazing.
Yeah, I
thank you.
was super lucky. He was
Yeah.
incredible, clever man. Yeah, I loved him.
Anyone else in your family who loves learning languages?
Not really. Like my dad knows a bit of French, and I think that's it. That's all I know. But in terms of like doing it every day, I'm the only person. But my granddad, he was actually my step granddad.
Mhm.
But I always knew him as my granddad, so we're not even blood related. So yeah, it's just funny. But I am known as the language girl in my family because I'm the only one
Wow.
that like knows like a few.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
special.
Yeah, that's amazing. And how about the language mishaps, which is the most funniest thing in
Oh yeah.
learning languages?
All the time. It's like, especially with Spanish, there's so many false friends and like words that mean things that are completely different in like English and Spanish. There's one main one which like so there's a word called embarazada, and in English it sounds like you're saying I'm embarrassed.
Mhm.
We're actually saying I'm pregnant in Spanish. And
Oh.
so people do it, and they're like, no, it's the wrong one. It's the wrong one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so funny. And that's the first thing I learned. I thought, okay, if I'm gonna know something, it's that. And like certain like I think it's just funny to make mistakes because it's so normal. And whether it's like grammar, I'm like, oh, what tense is it? But I think people are so open about people learning languages. If you make a mistake, it's fine because someone's gonna know it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I find it's so hard because it's made like the pronunciation for me. I always get it wrong, and it sounds so stupid. But at the same time, it's fun to learn like a different pronunciation of words, and you learn and you have fun with it. Have you found that with like learning English? Have you had like mishaps, like funny mishaps?
Yeah, of course, we have a lot actually, but like it's good to be familiar with it before using it. The big problem is like to use it without knowing that it's give another meaning.
Yes, that's it. I try to research as much as possible, so I'm not like yeah. So I try if I'm in Spain, I try and put on a bit of a Spanish accent, but I don't want to mock anyone. But I also want to show that I'm invested in the language. And it's my friend came to visit me in Spain when I was living there, and she has like the thickest British accent, and she wanted a lemonade, which is limonada, and she went, "I have a limonada." And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is so funny. And I loved it because normally I try and like put on an accent, but I thought, you know what, it's funny because at least she's trying. And the waiter laughed. He went, you know what, thank you for trying. Like the accent's not there yet, but thank you for trying. And it was
Yeah.
so funny. But yeah, you're
Uh-huh.
right. You have to like research and make sure you're saying the
The
right
right
thing.
pronunciation
Yeah,
in the right situation as well. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, definitely.
But I think, this happened in the beginning
Mm,
of your journey, of your learning journey, and
yeah.
after that, you became familiar with it, so you can use them like appropriately, like in a way
Yeah.
that like the right pronunciation in the right
Mm.
situation. Do you think learning languages is a talent or skill? Like, it's a gift, or
It's
you
so
can gain
difficult.
it?
I think sometimes it's a gift
Uh
because I
huh.
was speaking about this with my dad the other day. There's always been a perception,
Hmm.
even when I was younger, that people that speaks like languages, like they're just so like really clever. They're like top of the class. They just instantly they can learn a language in a week.
Hmm.
And like when I was in school, especially in high school, I was probably at the top of my class. I was I was the best. I'm gonna say it. Like I am gonna boast about it because I was good. But I didn't find learning a language easy. I found it quite difficult, but I enjoyed it, so I worked harder to be good at it. And at college, I think it's definitely a skill because anyone can speak a language. It just takes time.
Mm-hmm.
But at college, I was probably at the bottom of the class because that's when I met people who went to perhaps better high schools, who had maybe better education. I don't know, but they had like a natural gift to know a language in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I sort of found the stereotype was real. And they've definitely got a gift, because I suppose the same with any subject. For example, I naturally was great at maths and I found it easy. There's other people that were also good but found it difficult, so they had to work harder.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, right. So it's like
Yeah, I don't like math. Yeah.
yeah. It's like science. I hated it, but
Uh-huh.
I was good, but because I had to work hard, but others just got it like that. And I'm like, how do you get it?
Yeah. I know a lot of people, they already like enjoying dealing with numbers, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, but I really had like a gift, like a weird gift for it that I didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how do you do it so well? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it's the same, but I think everyone has a gift, but in different situations and subjects. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you know, some people, they said that if you have a good determination to learn anything, so you will do it. So if you wanted to learn languages, so maybe you will learn whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
so do you think like being skilled, like being gifted, that you have this ability to memorize those languages or learn those languages quickly, so it
Yeah.
will be equal to someone who has like a great determination to learn languages?
I think so. I also think I say this to all like my students, you have to learn language in a way that you're going to enjoy, because then if you force it on yourself and you study 10 hours a day and you don't enjoy it, you're probably not going to remember it. So whether it's like learning a language, watching a movie, you've got to have that determination, dedication there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to learn in a way that you're going to enjoy, because then you're going to enjoy doing it. Like I love like Spanish songs, especially actually when I was in Spain recently, and me and my family, we went on a rickshaw, those tourist bikes where you sit in the front and someone pedals you somewhere. I try not to do it because I like to sort of blend in with the locals, and my family, actually we all wanted to do it. And this lovely rickshaw driver called Carlos, who I love, I have him on Instagram now because he's just brilliant. We're playing like British songs, and then I went to my cousin, played Despacito, obviously like the most popular, famous Spanish song that went crazy 5 years ago, just because we wanted to sort of have fun. And Carlos didn't expect me to know the words, but where I played it over and over again, I just knew it. And he went, wow!
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it, so I remembered it. I think you have to do it, you have to enjoy it and enjoy learning it. And it was sick.
Yeah. So how has being multilingual benefited you? Maybe
I
in your
loved it.
career, in your life, like in social
Just
life or
in
in your
my
career?
life, yeah, I feel happier. I feel like I'm not complete unless I'm learning a language or involved in a language. It's just part of who I am now. And like work-wise, it hasn't benefited me until now. So I've had quite a lot of jobs. I've sort of gone in between jobs, but I've got a new job in marketing, and I've been on quite a few international accounts because I speak a few languages. And it's not the reason why I've done it. So it's not like, oh, thank goodness, it's finally like had a reason, because the reason's always been to make me happy. But it's nice to know that it helps. But when I was in Spain last week, I spoke Spanish the whole entire time, like to get a coffee and everything else. But I was on the metro in Barcelona, and this old Spanish man went to me, do you live in Barcelona, in Spanish? And I said, no, but I used to. And he was lost, so he obviously wasn't from the area. And I helped him find the right train. And to me, just like helping other people, especially in their language, even in their country, like it meant a lot to me. And when I was back home in England, I flew into Heathrow, they've got those awful automatic like security passport checks that never work. And this poor Spanish lady was by herself and it couldn't work and no one was helping her. I thought, I'm going to help. But I helped her in Spanish and it felt so good to help her. And that meant a lot to me because I was like, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to I want to make a difference to people. If I can do it in that language, that meant more to me than just speaking Spanish, getting a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, kind of being a lifesaver for some people,
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel that they are stuck, and they don't know what should do, like in those situations, they feel so awkward, they don't know how to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because with your podcast and stuff, you love to talk to people. Is it nice to do that in different languages so you can connect to more people and get different perspectives, I suppose?
Mm-hmm. What have you enjoyed most about learning languages?
Meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Because I like it anyway, but I think when I can travel and meet people, I've got friends across the world now, it makes it a bit difficult to be up with them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think just meeting people and even I lived in Cyprus 2 years ago, and I tried to learn Greek. It was so difficult. I couldn't do it, but I learned a few words. And I feel like the people that worked in the hotels, the ladies, they were like my grandmothers because they just welcomed me in. And I would say a few words. They were like, "Oh, Molly," and they welcomed me in. And I think just meeting people, because you have connections for life. And I think we're very lucky in England. We don't need to learn a language really because English is a universal accent, or a language.
I'm really jealous. I'm really jealous. Yeah, for you, you have this ability to speak with anyone everywhere.
Yeah, which is great, but I think we don't appreciate how hard it is sometimes to learn a language, which is why I teach English because I know how hard it is, and so to put that effort in and to receive the welcoming feeling back from anyone across the world, that's the best bit. And you have so many cool stories as well, which I love.
Do you think you have a different personality in each language? While you speak in Spanish, you have a specific personality. While you speak in Italian or Portuguese, you have a different personality.
100%. Yeah.
Really? Like how?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel whole when I'm in Spain because it was my home and it helped me in so many ways. And my family went to me, "You're like a different person in Spain. You're just." I'm quite a confident person, but I'm not sure what it is in Spain. I say yes to a lot more things. I think because they're definitely so animated and I wouldn't go in a rickshaw down London. There's no way I'd do that. I get too embarrassed, but I'll get on one in Barcelona and play music out of a speaker. I just say yes to a lot more things. I don't know why. And I love it. I'm that person sometimes when I come back, but it wears off a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Do you feel the same when you speak English? Do you feel like you're a different person?
Actually, not me. The people I talk with, they said when I speak in Arabic with them, after speaking in English, they said, "Oh, you are a different person. You have a different tone." Yeah, you have a different tune, a different personality, even different way of talking. I don't know, I didn't notice, but I think to speak the language in a good way, so you have to immerse yourself, have to a personality of the language, in a way, even to try to mimic that way of pronunciation, so maybe that's why, or also maybe because you think before you speak. Even if you are fluent, but you have to weigh those words, in your native language, just you speak it by your nature, you don't think, you don't focus on anything, just to speak, and you don't care about anything,
So true, so true.
Yeah. So kind of some advice for people who wanna learn more languages.
Okay, the main thing is just to enjoy it. Just enjoy it, because that's the best thing. And I don't set a big goal, because I think if you set a big goal with anything, it's the whole ladder thing, little steps you achieve more, where if you set a big step, it's harder to reach. I think set little goals and definitely enjoy yourself. Do a language that you're going to enjoy and perhaps benefit from if you're going to travel. Because my next one, I think I want to do Swedish. I've got a lot of Swedish friends and I want to visit there eventually. So I want to do a few more. So definitely enjoy it. Pick a language that you're going to benefit from. Immerse yourself as best you can. I mean, it's hard to do it when you're not in the country, but like I always stick on Spanish TV. Money Heist is my favourite thing ever. I've got a t-shirt that I bought from Spain because I'm embarrassing, but I love it. Music, books, like speaking platforms where you can meet people, and just that's the main thing, is to enjoy it, because I've definitely done too much learning of a language and hated it. And I hated hating it. So I took a step back, was like, right, let's have a break, do it again, but do it at a slower pace. But you have to enjoy it. It's such a cool thing to do. So yeah, just enjoy it.
And what was your hurdles in the beginning of learning those languages?
Hurdles? I mean, the thing I hated was grammar. Hated it with a passion. I hated it so much, but I just had to break it down and find the best way for me to learn. But also, I think my main hurdle, probably college, because it was the first time I saw people that were better than me and naturally had like a gift. I think if they were better than me and they worked as hard as me, I'd be like, right, fair enough, I need to work harder. Because they were naturally so gifted, I was like, I hate it so much, but at the same time, I was really good at maths and other people weren't, but I naturally got it. So I had to get over that comparison and the fear. Like the fear of speaking the language, especially to a native. I was so scared, but they're so friendly and so welcoming when they see you're making an effort, and they probably give you a better service because at least you're trying and you've got a smile on your face. So definitely, yeah, those two were a massive hurdle.
Yeah, and how about your uni life? Does it help you? Or like I'm talking here about those subjects in your university, your friends?
Yeah, so I stupidly didn't study at the university. I should have, but I didn't think I was good enough. But there were lots of classes where I could learn it, so that really helped. And there are a lot of international students at my university, so I met a lot of people. And I used a few language online apps which helped me. So also with university, I had time to enjoy it.
Do you plan to learn another languages or a new language?
Yeah, definitely. So my plan is to do one language a year.
I really enjoyed, and thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me. It's nice. Like I love talking about this sort of stuff, but my family don't. I think because they don't speak language, I don't want to bore them. I'm like, I don't want to bore them. So it's really nice to like talk about this with you, and like because you have the same, got such a brilliant energy, you got the same like understanding. It's nice to talk about it and put some advice out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.